section, that is influence. Yes, influence of the ancient Near East. A&E. Influence of ancient Near East. Near East. The archaeological findings and their information, reveal the interaction between Israelites and the people around them. So, the archaeology is the basic to get the information or the findings which reveal the interaction between the people of Israel and the people around them in art, interaction between them in art, literature, religion, and history. So there is an interaction between the people of Israel and the people around them in art, literature, religion, and history. That's the first point. And second point is many of the ancient Near-East text parallel to the biblical text. So the text in ancient Near-East and biblical text have the parallel. And thirdly, we see the influence of ancient Near East. The influence of ancient Near Eastern countries on Israel in particular on Bible is so significant. The influence is so significant on Israel, in particular on Bible. The biblical text are mainly influenced by Akkadian, Babylonian, Egyptian, then Sumerian legends. There is very possibility. The possibility, why it is possibility? There is a very possibility that the nomadic patriarchs, nomadic means what? Nomadic means traveling, wanderers. There is a very possibility that nomadic patriarchs and exiled Israelites. That means the patriarchs who are nomadics, travelers, wanderers, and also the exiled Israelites. Exiled Israelites appropriated literary treasures of different places. That means when they were traveling from place to place, when they were taken into exile, the literature of the others have influenced their literature, and the history of the other people have influenced, the art of the other people have influenced. Therefore, there is a possibility that ancient nearest texts have influenced the Bible and the people of Israel. So, having said just a brief information of influencing of the religion and the people by the surrounded people, now we see some of the text. We said many texts parallel to the biblical text, how they have influenced. Yeah, you may write one more point there, such as the creation story in Genesis. For example, you can write creation story in Genesis. Parallels Babylonian Enuma Elish. This is a story in Babylonian legend, Enuma Elish. And flood story of Noah. Parallels Sumerian Atrahasis. And Gilgamesh story. So there are different parallels, but we see two of those, such as flood story and creation story. So here we see first Gilgamesh. Very interesting. Just you can take some points, okay? Flood story of Gilgamesh. It is a title. Gilgamesh is a title of the story. And he is the hero of the story, Gilgamesh. And Gilgamesh is a flood story and story about a person. Gilgamesh. Is a search for immortality. This story is for search for immortality. So Gilgamesh is the son of goddess Ninsun. And his father is Lugal Bauda. And also it is said he is a son of high priest. Son of high priest. His name is Kulla. So he is said to be the son of Kulla, the high priest, or Lugal Bauda. And he is the king of Uruk. Gilgamesh is king of Uruk. And he is called semi-divine. He is called semi-divine. Semi-divine. Because 2/3 was made of divine and 1/3 is of human. And he was so arrogant. Arrogant. Since he was so arrogant, his brothers approached Aruru. Aruru is a female god. Okay? They approached Aruru. Aruru, a female god, to create a symbolic figure of Gilgamesh to kill him. So a double figure, that means a double strength figure, has to be created by Aruru by the request of his brothers. So this Aruru has created a man. His name is Enkidu. Enkidu. Enkidu is a savage man. A man having the full air, and he was like a animal wandering in the desert. So Enkidu is a copy of Gilgamesh, is same as that of Gilgamesh. He was wandering in the desert, and a hunter found this Gilgamesh. Such he was drinking water like a animal, and he saw him. He is a man like Gilgamesh, and having the strength of Anu. That Anu and Ea are the powerful goddess those days for the tribes. So this man who was like an animal was found by hunter, as strong as Anu, the high god. Then this man hunter goes and tells to his father, so I have seen a man copy of like that of Gilgamesh, so strong as Anu, the highest god, and he is a savage man's son. Then the father of the hunter has directed him to the Gilgamesh to tell him. And he comes and narrates everything what he has seen to the Gilgamesh. And the Gilgamesh sends harlot. Prostitute. He sends prostitute along with this hunter to the Enkidu. And this harlot goes to the Enkidu and says, see, the life is beautiful. And you have to enjoy. You should not be like this. You can become like God. Therefore, come and enjoy. This harlot invites. And this harlot makes him and attracts him and brings him to the Gilgamesh. This harlot brings Enkidu to Gilgamesh. And this Gilgamesh had two dreams. Two dreams. Such as one, a heavy axe is falling on him. The dream of axe. And the second one is the stars. Stars are falling on him like essence of Anu. Anu is the highest god, as I said. As the essence of Anu, the god, the highest god, the stars are falling on him. Then Gilgamesh tells to his mother, see, I had like these two dreams. Axe, the heavy axe is falling on me and the stars are falling on me. Then his mother tells, this axe and stars are your friend. Your friend. So, your friend. This Enkidu has come to the Gilgamesh, and this both becomes so close friends. Gilgamesh and Enkidu. Enkidu is the copy of Gilgamesh. They both become thick friends. But his mother said, your friend is your axe. So, this Gilgamesh was proposed by Ishtar. So, Ishtar wanted to marry Gilgamesh, but Gilgamesh rejected. I don't marry. Then Ishtar went and said to Anu. So, she went and said to Anu, her father, so I wanted to marry this Gilgamesh, but he has rejected. She was so angry. And she wanted to kill Gilgamesh. Then this Anu has sent bull to kill Gilgamesh. This Enkidu is so strong fellow, and since it was attacking his friend, then this Enkidu killed the bull. Since this Enkidu killed the bull, this man Gilgamesh made a procession, a victorious procession for Enkidu. And this Ishtar, who saw this procession, was so angry, so furious, and said her father Anu, and along with her father Anu, there is Elil, Ea. So these three together planned to kill first Gilgamesh again. Then this Elil told, no, you have to kill Enkidu. Then they decided to kill Enkidu. And the Enkidu was on the deathbed. And hearing about his friend, this Gilgamesh was very sorry. And he felt very sorry, and he went to the desert, and he was thinking of his own death. When he was thinking of his own death, there he came to know about Utnapishtim. This Utnapishtim was a man given the gift of immortality. So when he came to know Utnapishtim, he traveled 12 mountains, the story tells. He traveled 12 mountains and reached one of the places, and there a man came in contact and said, so this man is not here, he is in one of the mountains where the gods have blessed him with immortality. Then this man went in search of Utnapishtim. And how this Utnapishtim was gifted with? Actually, gods were immortal beings, and human was mortal being. Is a condition. This gods doesn't want to really reveal about the immortality. Therefore, they had an assembly. These gods had an assembly that we should not reveal anything of immortality. But there is a god, Ea. Ea is a god who is friend to the human beings. He likes human beings. Therefore, what this Ea has told, Ea has gone to the reed hut of the Utnapishtim. So this had gone to the reed hut of Utnapishtim and told to the wall of a hut. And to the wall of a hut, Utnapishtim was inside, and the god Ea was telling, like this, a flood is going to be. Therefore, you should build a boat and escape from here. This flood will be these many days, and so on. So, since this Utnapishtim have heard from beside the wall, the reed hut, therefore he built a boat and escaped from the flood. And this man had offered sacrifice for the gods. Then all the gods were pleased. They smelled the sacrifice and they were pleased. And when they have come together, this Ea was the friend of human beings. There is Elil. This God has said, you Ea, you have revealed. You have revealed the secret to the human being. This fellow could able to escape because you have revealed. Then this Ea told, no, nothing. I don't know anything. I am ignorant of it. He knows the secret. He could able to grasp the secret and he could able to escape. Then all the gods appreciated him and named him Atrahasis. Atrahasis. Atrahasis means exceeding wise man. Exceeding wise. So a great wise man. So they named him Atrahasis. So this man was gifted with immortality. Then this Gilgamesh approaches this fellow, Utnapishtim. And Utnapishtim tells to prepare a food and give him in a secret, because he asked Gilgamesh to fast for 6 days and 7 nights. And this man could not. He sleeps. Instead of keeping awake, he sleeps. Then this Utnapishtim feels pity for him. And at last, this Utnapishtim gives a plant. Utnapishtim gives a plant to Gilgamesh, a plant of immortality, with the assembly of goddess, and he has given a plant. And this Gilgamesh, who has received a plant, he went to the shore and kept the plant on the shore. And he was attracted by the shore and he went to take bath. As he kept the plant here, the serpent have come and took out. And when he returned, he saw that there is no plant. Then he felt very sad. Then the story ends that human is mortal. Human is mortal. This is a story, because here the flood story of Noah is connected. How this ancient Near East has influenced the biblical stories. Because these are, as we have said, Sumerian, Babylonian stories, legends. Even in our times, the stories, the legends of the past surely influences the reader. If I have to write something, a story about an incident, then ultimately come to my mind what I heard, what I have read from different people. Therefore, ultimately that will have its influence on me, on my writing. Therefore, just people living beside, and the people going to the exile, and the people who are in Syria, the people who are in Egypt, the people who are in Babylon, so all these have influenced. Because if you see the tribes, 12 tribes of Israel, there are tribes, Ammon, Moab, all these lands were lived by the tribes of Israel. The tribes were living in Transjordan and Sea Jordan. The 12 tribes are not just only in Sea Jordan, they were living in Transjordan. Therefore, ultimately, they have the influence of Near East culture, art, literature, and religion and history. This is way how this texts have influenced the biblical text. This is about the flood story. Do you need about creation story even? Okay? Yeah, we will see then. For your better, all these things you will read when you read the book of Genesis, Pentateuch. When you read the Pentateuch, the professor will explain how these ancient Near Eastern stories influence these stories. Certainly you will come to know. Before that itself, you are getting to know the information, how it has influence as a basic of introduction to the Bible. How is it? Is it interesting story?
But nobody died.
So the creation story. Creation story, Enuma Elish, okay? They said there are two waters, sweet water and salt water, no mineral water. This sweet water is called Apsu. Apsu is a male. Then the salty water is called Tiamat, female. So, resulting from these two water is Mummu. And they say from these three waters, with all the elements of the world was made. And as we have seen already, Ea was a god in charge of this sweet water. This Ea has kept a circle for all the goddesses. And Ea has killed sweet water, that is Apsu. He has killed Apsu and built a tower or built a dwelling place for his wife and for his son Marduk. For his son Marduk. Since Ea was a great, strong man, God, and he blessed Marduk with double strong. He is a strong and wisest person. Since this man, Ea, has killed Apsu and built a house for his wife and son, then the wife Tiamat could not keep silence. Then Tiamat married Kingu. Wanted to kill this man and his son. So she married Kingu and she begot 11 types of monsters such as serpents. 11 types of serpents. Then Anshur and Anu and Anshur, goddesses, they wanted to bring these two together, not to have any fight between these two. They wanted to reconcile, but nothing was worked out. Therefore, this Marduk and Tiamat, they wanted to fight. And this Marduk wanted to have the power, supremacy over all the goddesses. Because he is a wise man, he is the son of Ea, the great highest god. Therefore, he wanted to have the supremacy. So, this Tiamat went rage a war or rage a fight against this Marduk. When she went for attacking Marduk, So she sent the 11 serpents to attack him. Then this Marduk was a great man. He opened his mouth and blew. Okay? When he blew, then the stomach of Tiamat was broken into two pieces. That became sky and earth. And there were 50 names given to this Marduk. And they built a tower. And the praising of these 50 names is shown in the story. This is a short way of explaining. There are different ways of tablets which explain very clearly this short way how this have come into creation. This is a Enuma Elisha story. With this background, how it has influenced, that means how the story or the culture or the art or the religion or the history has influenced Israel, in particular Bible. A clear idea. You will be having more exegetical way in the coming classes when you read about the Pentateuch. With these words, we conclude the chapter, the influence of the Near East on Israel, in particular Bible, as we have seen in the geography, how it is located. This side we have the sea, and this side we have eastern countries, and we have Egypt at the south, and Syria there, and Babylonian here. All these have influence. That means it is a mist of cultures, which has it certainly there, which has its influence on different parts. This is the richest culture place, because having at the center, playing a great role, is something richest place. Therefore, how blessed we are to know about this place, the land of Palestine. Thank you. This is the land of Palestine. This is a village, a small. Okay? And is the Sea of Galilee. And that is the Red Sea. And this is the Mediterranean Sea. And these are the coastal plain. And we have seen the Sidon, Tyre, and we have seen Mount Carmel, which is just disturbing the slope of coastal plain. And we have seen Kesser Mattaya. As I said, this is a port area where we see harbor and theatre and aqueduct. And here we see in Joppa and this is Pentapolis, Gaza and Ascalon. As we have seen here, Ascalon beside the sea, the birthplace of Herod. And all this we have seen, and just here, as we said in the class, Jerusalem is just beside Dead Sea, and this is the Judean desert. Bethlehem is here, and we have seen just below the Red Sea is Negev. Negev is here, and Beersheba. And as we have seen here, around this we have Capernaum and the places where Jesus had ministry. Mount Tabor, then Bethsaida, Cana, and Mount Hermon. Here is this. Here Syria, Damascus. Okay. Then the below is Egypt, and this side we have. This is called Sea Jordan. These are the mountain areas. This is Sea Jordan, and that is where you are standing is Transjordan, where we have Moab, Ammon. Okay, all these places. I hope it is very clear here. It is a same like map I have drawn there. Yes. It is happy there. So very good. And we conclude this class with this geography and how it has influenced. Ultimately, you can understand. Just it is a hill country, and this is also hill country. and only the river Jordan. It is the river Jordan which is just separating from the Transjordan and Sea Jordan. So with these words we conclude this geography and influence of Near East on Israel and on the Bible and its text. Okay, thank you.